Should we add a filter?
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. Oh, that's nice. I'll leave it on. No, don't do no thing. Don't do no green screen. Tripping. Somebody in there. Somebody say hello.
Hey, what's up? Uh, Today, I was going to let people ask me questions that they want me to answer. A lot of people say I don't be answering my comments. So, yeah, I ask the questions or want me to answer something or elaborate on something. Today for that. I wasn't even going to really come out.
Mark Ford said he's still waiting on his chess match, OG.
I, I would love to play him chess and we can play it through this thing. I don't know. I don't. I see it. I'm not good with this technology or this and that. I'm just good at making phone calls, texting. That's it, really. That's all I do with my phone. I don't be in there playing nothing other than Thug Life. I do go in there to play Thug Life. I like that game. It just, I guess, because it got a gun and it got the mask in there, which called raid. I be raiding people and shooting people that and shit. Oh, they got so much money and a little more power than me. That's what uh, a society would basically build on. If you got more than what I got, I'm coming for you. That's why Trump doing the crap he doing. He going for all these places that got money and so forth, trying to make them pay pay the United States so he could rob the United States. It ain't like he doing anything to help the United States. This turn, he gonna ruin the United States.
Kia said, love you, Mr. Boone.
Appreciate you.
Also, Love Bug
And
asked, Love Bug, oh, you can go ahead and finish your
no,
sentence. You can say, oh, Love Bug asked you, what's your thoughts on Wes Watson and Sean Combs?
who?
I don't know who Wes Watson is. I don't know if that's the thing about the weightlifter or somebody else, but I know Sean Combs is just Diddy.
Yeah, I know that Diddy. Diddy was a male rapist. He raped all the men, get them drunk, get them high. Then they party,
Not
and
just
that's
the
what he
men.
called the special. Oh
Diddy
yeah,
was just the rapist, period.
I know that he was doing females too. That's why that one female came out and spoke on it. And motherfucker was slipping stuff in my drink, and this thing I know, I wake up 4 or 5 dudes laying around me, and I ain't got no clothes on. They just had a good old fun time with her.
Them
But
people,
all those guys that Diddy did, and the guys ain't saying nothing, they be like, I ain't never party at Diddy party. If you went to his after hour party, you was the party. Diddy slipped something in your drink, mm, tore your butt up, took pictures of it, and then like he blackmail you, show you what he did, and tell you, hey, if you don't do what I say or pay me so much and much, I'm gonna air this to the media or whatever. And then they're gonna say, hey, he ain't no person of really in town. He let Diddy run up in him. Was, mm, mm. And W, who was the W?
Wes Watson.
Oh, and please hit the like button, share,
Subscribe.
subscribe, and ring that bell so you be notified when I go on. But thank you, kid. Thank everyone for the donation. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, that's the bodybuilder dude I was thinking about, the bald head motherfucker person. I don't know what he do. I guess he's supposed to be a motivational person or something. I don't know.
I guess I can't speak on it then if I don't know it.
He did 10 years for something.
I wish they give Trump his time and go and let him serve. He gonna ruin, put it this way, he gonna wreck the United States, which he already doing, him and his boy Elon. And now they make a threat towards people because they're out there attacking his car, the Teslas, because he want to sell his Tesla truck to the army.
Wasif Ali said, can he get a shout out?
Who?
Wasif Ali.
Wasif Ali?
Wasif.
Wasif Ali.
I think I'm saying that right. Sorry if I'm butchering your name.
If we are butchering your name. But yeah, you get a shout out. Hey, you a fan or you a hater? Get a shout out. I don't mind. That shows that you watching or you looking, or you got something to say to the OG. I'll just say to the big Boone.
Somebody asked you a question. Said, "How long did you serve?"
18 years.
I think he's talking about the military.
Oh, military? Well,
they didn't specify. So.
Only served, well, then I ain't going to speak on it then. Because a lot of people be trying to find out about my military time. Like, oh, well, you seen the pictures. I just ain't spoke on none of that because I was told to don't give too much of what I did. I said, what is what I did? I got paperwork on it that y'all gave me, and I snuck and made copies and sent it home. Just in case something happened to me, my people know what the deal is. Turn all that paper over to the media. They see that the people was asking my platoon to go wipe out something or take care of somebody. You know, I was like, well, they using me as a hitman. That's why I said I wanted to get into the CIA. I figured that they could use me there to take out their enemies, so-called enemies.
Josh said, "What's up?"
Josh. That's all it says, Josh.
Yeah, he said, "What's up?" And he a fan.
Hey, what's up, Josh? I hope everything going good for you today. Here, where I'm at, is muggy. Well, I ain't gonna say muggy. It's foggy and raining slightly. But my day going good so far. I just ain't been able to get back on my sleep time. I keep having flashbacks of things that I did back in the past.
Speaking of.
But that's why I'm awoke though. I have a flashback. Whoa, that remind me when we did this to which call on Amherst and Tuxedo, and I'm like, whoa, things just hit me, came back. Okay, what were you going to say?
Speaking of that, somebody asked you, is there anyone you wish that you had hit? Like somebody that y'all want to put on your list or somebody y'all missed?
Yeah, well, there's still about 6 or 7 people out there that was on my list that I would still like to hit, but the people that I made the deal with saying I can't do it no more. I said, well, as long as that thing is cool and I got money coming in, okay. But if I ain't got no money, no way to live or so forth, I'm going back to what I know the best. Way to get money. But please don't follow in my footsteps or in my belief, because I've just been doing this since I was 8, 9 years old, you know. First kill at 10, maybe 9, but going on to 10. That's when they told me, well, as soon as I turn a certain age, they're going to lock my butt up. I'm like, okay, well, whoopee-doo. You got to catch me. They did. They came to the house and got me. They pulled me from underneath the bed. My sister was crying. Oh, what did I think of my little brother? My little brother. He ain't did nothing. I'm like, yeah, you tell him, sis. Nobody knew what I was doing. I mean, seriously. Nobody never knew until 1990. That's when they found out exactly what I was out there doing. But way before then, people just thought I was running small businesses, selling drugs, doing little things that wouldn't bring no big light to me. But now, if I'm out there trying to get street known or whatever they call it, where everybody know you in the street as a hitman, no, that's not a good hitman if everybody knows you out there doing it. You do something, you keep your mouth shut and keep it pushing. That's why some of the people of high caliber always wanted me to come and do something for them, because they know ain't nobody never heard back from them other than the man did the job, but there wasn't no witness to it. No, I ain't gonna be doing something in front of 1 million people, walk out there. I'm not trying to do anybody innocent or someone that could become a client of mine for the future. Don't kill my future off. The most
They getting shots out from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Hey, Puerto Rico, what's up, baby? Don't let Trump mess with y'all. That's why I said come 2028, I'm going to try to run for president. I don't know if I can or not, but I'm going to try.
Also, Fernando says, only the shadows know.
Oh. So, he's seen this?
He probably remember that from one of the last streams.
Only the shadow knows. That's one of my little saying, too. Get out the way. I don't want to.
You know what that remind me of? The SAS slogan. Who dares wins.
That's my only the shadow knows. If people remember this is way back in the days, but that was my favorite little thing. How did it show up?
It showed up.
Oh, okay.
They had to focus, but it showed up.
Sorry about it was out of focus or whatever. Like I said, I'm still new at this. But once again, hit that like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell.
Double tap the screen. Real Spill says, do you think a military hitman with their trained tactics are more dangerous than a trained street hitman?
Wait, they put it this way. I'm going to tell it my way, okay? Army hitman is trained to do things as well as trained to be the best sniper there is, as well as keep your mouth shut when it's done. Don't be going to tell your friend, yeah, man, I did this and that. Guess what? They're going to go tell their friends. And their friends going to say something. And their friend got girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever. And they going to tell. So now everybody know what you did. And so people going to be on the lookout for you. Hey, man, that's that hitman over there, man. No, nobody can ever say that about me. Those that did know me as doing the hit, they was doing them themselves. But of course, they never seen me doing them. That's why couldn't nobody basically flip on me. Even though several people that was close to me, they tried, but I had told the government already everything I did, and they hated that. It was like, and in case somebody tell us something that he ain't told us, no, I gave the people my whole life. I was making sure couldn't none of this fall back up on me.
The recruit said, what you know about Esham? Is that the...
Esham? What is that?
I'm thinking of something else later. Somebody said I'm about to create a sandwich. It's going to be called the Boone sandwich.
Well,
I want to know what's on that.
Same thing that probably be on that Dagwood sandwich when they used to make them back in the days. Hey, man, I made was so big. Oh, man.
Okay, I know what he's talking about. Esham is, I completely forgot about that. A rapper, a Detroit rapper, like Chaptown, Proof, all them, you know, K9. It's some more of them too. Somebody, okay.
From the D to the J, now that's basically the only rapper I really knew because, you know, like Bruiser had a little thing going with them. And Bruiser was thinking about setting up his own studio. Yeah. His own record company and so forth. Because all these good singers up here in Michigan, Detroit. I mean, that's come later too. I can speak on it now. I would have to go back into my memories and bring that back up. But yeah, you rappers out there, y'all making too much money to start want to be a gangster or killer. Listen, you making too much money. Lay back and keep it to yourself. That's when everybody won't know what you into or what you're doing. Like that one rapper. He got mad and went and killed this other guy that wanted to be a rapper, and now one dead and one going to prison for the rest of his life. Okay, well, that's the life you choose. You a fool. Because, hey, anybody could take money and hire somebody to do this and that, but the guy that you hired gave you up. Now, those not hitman. Those just people trying to make some money, but if they get caught, they giving you up, buddy.
Somebody said, "What the hell is a dagwood?" My grandpa used to talk about those. That's a sandwich, ain't it?
Yeah.
Like corned beef or something.
It was a show, too. Called Dagwood Show. The Dagwood Bumpster Show. Something like that. I can't even recall that. Like I said, I got to think on it. Once I think on it, everything started coming back to my memory. That's just the way I am. Because, see, when I do something or watch something, I put it out of my mind. That's where I ain't got to be worried about thinking on it or trying to talk about it because it's out.
Somebody said, "Showing love from Toledo, Kansas City, and something else." Can't see the name of this.
Show me the love from all over the world. Toledo, Kansas, every place. Hit me up because, like I said, they made that Trump president. He got 34 felons. So I only got about, 4 or 5 felons? I want to run for president too in the year 2028. Now, only thing I can promise the people is that the veterans will be well taken care of. Social Security, ain't nobody touching that. The health, the food stamp, the child care, all that, leave that alone. We gonna make sure that who really supposed to pay the taxes is the rich folk. They keep squeezing us for money while they keep getting richer and we getting poor because they making the money right back that they paid to us, and then they jack up the food, the gas, they jack up so much. Me, I'm gonna put a foot in their rear end and get that money back.
They're trying to pay off China.
Well, they want that, or they want that precious metal from China.
Yeah, they also.
And you know that China is going to hurt the United States by going on a boy strike. Meaning that they ain't gonna ship nothing over here. They don't really care. Because the United States gonna lose even more because they like to ship their cars, all type of stuff over there. Kind of the same thing. They ship theirs over here, but they're not gonna be hurting as bad as the United States is. We already hurting. They done jacked up the price of the cars, they jacked up insurance out of this world, the food, gas. I go to the store, a dozen eggs cost me $12.
Well, that's starting to drop, but it's still.
What's starting to drop? No eggs ain't dropped.
It's like $8 now.
Well, if they did drop, I ain't seen it because I just bought me 3 of them. And I paid, it was $18 and something for the 18 eggs. Because that's what I said, these eggs cost me $1 each plus. So I guess the overchange was for them to pay to the government, while the people that did the egg, they put that directly in their pocket and sharing with their workers. But either way it goes, they gonna be making the money, which they should, but they shouldn't be making that much. But because of the United States putting the pressure on them, and don't tell me, well, it's not the United States. Yeah, but it's the United States trying to put pressure on Canada, trying to put pressure on all these countries, and for China, Mexico. I mean, I would just like to get in that office, put everything back the way it should be put. The veterans, make sure all veterans will be taken care of. I don't want to see a veteran out there holding a cup or carrying signs, can't help themselves. We help them join the service. We force most of them to join the service. And then when they come back, we forget them. I don't know, like, we don't see you. No. Quit panhandling. You didn't say that when you put me in the service. Told me to keep killing. Do what I say, don't do as I am. No. That's why I said what they did to me when I was in the service. Then when I get out, they don't want to give me the job that I was trained for. Okay, so what do I supposed to do? You train me for one thing. Be the best sniper I can be. Do what y'all asked me to do, but don't tell nobody. Well, I didn't. So when I got out, I thought y'all was gonna take care of me. You didn't, so I had to take care of myself. So we sold ourselves to the highest bidder. Pablo wanted to train people to come over there and train his people. Ain't no problem. But of course, I had to tell Pablo once we got there, man, there's things you doing, blowing up all these politicians and so forth. United States gonna come for you. And when they do, I don't want to be around. So yes, I train some of your men, and then they can train their men. But I'm gonna train them to the best of their ability, not mine. I would never train somebody to be able to take me down. I trained you enough that you could think you could take me down, but then when you come for me, you find out, whoa, he never taught me that move. You right. I'm not gonna teach you everything I know. That's why I said when they asked me to be a trainer in the service, I trained. Next thing I know, when my training time was up, they told me I couldn't join yet. I said, why is it that Bravo company is the only one that ain't getting picked? Y'all taking Charlie Alpha, I mean, y'all taking everybody else in, but we was the best. Ain't that right, Bravo? Yeah, I mean, that's how I got some of my rank from showing other characteristics of me. Hey, he got them guys out there doing what he got. No, that's because they care. They want to be the best. So they said that they see this man out here training every morning. He's up before we even get up. He be out there. I said, yeah, I got to teach myself even more than what the Army was teaching me because I want to be the best. I don't want to be one of, well, okay, he's all right. No, that's how I got my medals. And I still got some of them. I don't know what happened to the other one. When I went to prison, a lot of stuff got boxed up and tossed, or my loved ones, my people, they misplaced a lot of my stuff, especially my pictures. I was going, ooh, man. But of course, I never was one that took pictures. That's why my people, when they finally got a chance to get my pictures, they was all taken from me. Oh, I want this one to Boone. I want this one. I'm like, okay, well, I sent them home to Mama. I figured that she'll put them up for me, her or my sister Louise. And they did, but my other sisters and brothers and cousins and so forth go over there and hijack them, saying that they ain't never had a picture of Boone because I don't want y'all to. Can you go around showing everybody else, hey, this is my cousin Boone, or hey, this is my brother Boone? I don't want people knowing what I look like. Some of them may even say, wait a minute, I've seen that guy before. I don't want that. That's why I never let people take pictures of me. But when I came home in 2008, I slacked up, tried to change the way that I carried myself, how I treated people. I always loved my people, but I tried to stay away from them. I don't want anything to fall back on them because of what I did in life. That's why I would never go over my people's house, but visit them maybe once a month or once every 6 months. But I show them I love them, took them money. Hey, y'all need money? I tried to get some of them to join me while I was building my companies and so forth. I had my brother Willie helping me once. I wish I would have never did that. That boy cost me like $125,000 because he went in there and he was doing stuff in this one building that we had a contract with. The people came and called me up and said, we'd like to see you, Mr. Kraft. I go in. They showed me the footage of him taking from the tip jar. I said, boy, you make too much money to be taking from a tip. What's wrong with you? Lucky enough, I was bonded and insured. So, like the people got their money. And they still kept my company on, but I just felt so embarrassed and ashamed because my brother did this, one of my family members. I done hired other family members too to work for me back then. They was making money, but they figured, well, because they family that they could just do what they want to do. They ain't got to show up on time or this and that. No, baby, you ain't gonna mess with my money. If you don't want to show up, get on, because you just gonna make me have to beat you up, and even though you my older brother or older cousin or older whatever, you older than me. I'm young because that's the way I came up on how to do things on my own. I created my own things, my own job. I created how to get out there and bring in contracts.
Somebody asked, who is Clyde Rick's brother? Yeah.
Is it, unless they're talking about you like Maserati Rick brother, Clyde?
I guess so.
Well, maybe it's on Clyde Rick. Well, okay, Maserati Rick brother, Clyde.
Also, Real Spill asked you, would you train anybody else again?
Well, I ain't gonna call it training. I just show people different things to do if they had to protect themselves, or how to quick move, wham, one hand, or two, one, two, break their knee. I'm sorry, but yeah, there's different ways to put a person down quick, like in 3 or 4 moves. Yeah. If you do it right, you can put somebody out in 1 move. They won't never see it coming.
You gonna teach yourself to 5th class?
Well, I was teaching some females that. Teaching a female how to put these fool guys down that like to put their hands on women. I don't appreciate that, period. I don't buy by that. Don't put your hands on no female. You know that you could do more damage to them than like they could do to you. So I trained some of these women, even some of my kids, my daughters, how to stop an individual from hitting them. Man want to slap you, I tell them, well, it all depends on where they stand. If they standing in front of you, one good blow, they go into their knees. Then after that, you take your knee and you grab the back of their head, all your might. That's like right up underneath their chin. Now, if you want to, you can go for their nose and rub that and shove that bone to the brain, and brain dies. It died their body. Flashbacks. But anyway, yeah. I have to show people how to protect themselves. I'm not going to ever speak that I showed them with a gun or a knife. I just showed them different things to do. Because, see, I ain't allowed to have a gun. I'm not allowed to have weapons, They consider my hands as my weapons. Things I know, I don't need no gun to take a person out. That's why I say, hey, I would love to meet some of no, I ain't gonna say that. Some of the people that was on my list that I never got a chance to clean off, erase. That because the government had the list and they were like, well, you ain't finna go back out there and try to clean this list off. Who, me? Oh. Unless the price go up on their head. The price go up on their head, then I'm going for them. You have to prove I did it or catch me. You never caught me all them other years. Excuse me. I had to give my life story up so y'all would never be able to charge me with none of that. So I gave y'all my entire life. Buildings I blew up, people I did bad. I ain't gonna say did bad to. People I took out because they was bad people. That's my understanding of what I did. I only went after people that was into this lifestyle. If you into that lifestyle, you fair game for anyone. Same way with me. I'm in that lifestyle. I'm fair game to anyone. But I ain't gonna cry about it because that's the life I choose. That's what I'm telling people. Don't choose that life because you ain't gonna live that long. Especially if you got people somewhat like me coming after you, or people hired to come after you. But if you want to live that lifestyle, that's on you. But don't count yourself on living that long. I haven't known anybody to make it to the age I am now. The majority of them are in the ground, crippled, or sitting in prison, wishing they was out. So I tell people, stay away from that lifestyle. If you can find something else to do in life and make that money, it ain't gonna be as much as you can with this illegal game. But better be legal than dead. Better be legal than in prison. Legal than being crippled. I'm just one of the lucky ones that still here. I mean, I lost quite a bit of my friends. I lost John, David. I don't know if Craig's still alive because right now, the only reason I got this suit on is because I had to go to a funeral today. My boy Day passed away. That was a good, let me put it this way. Day was young. I mean, young. He wasn't my age or something, but he was a good guy that I tried to help him push his candidacy, his weed or whatever, because he was doing it legal. But I was trying to give him a helping hand, so I spoke on one of his podcasts, or I did an interview with him so he could seek more people to come purchase from him.
Quick question.
Shout out to Day. Rest in heaven, my brother.
Somebody asked you, said, Boone, back in your day, was women getting taken out during that time as well?
I knew some women got taken out because they was into that lifestyle. I trained two of them. They was good people and they did some good hits, but they was doing the hits that they was telling their so-called friends about it. And their so-called friends knew what they was doing and how they was doing and where they hid their money. You never let a person know what you're doing or where you put your money or where you stashing it at. Some people can't put it in the bank because they ain't got the sense enough to start a company so they can wash it through there. And when they pull it back out, they show, hey, I got this from my company, but you got to build that company up as well to show that you got that coming in. And how you do that? Contracts. I'm not ashamed of it, but I had to pay people to say that I worked it for them. That's the way, when I filed taxes, I could clean it because I work with this company. They hired my company. I gave them, well, illegally, I gave them some money and they gave me a check showing that they paid me. But that check was really for the money I gave them on the down low. So I could put it into the bank. The bank clears and, well, yeah, he is working for that company. He done made deposits. So that built up my companies, but I leave one company down so I can use that to clean the other company with the tax situation. They say, okay, I pay the taxes on that. But this company ain't doing that good, so the way I see it, one company ate up the other one with the tax situation. I break even.
Somebody asked you, said, when y'all was rolling, did y'all ever go to a city or state and somebody try to extort y'all?
I don't say they try to extort us, but they're going to try to tell us that we couldn't do it. No, you need, well, excuse my language, y'all from Detroit. You ain't coming up here putting nothing down. Look at them like, we ain't going to do what? Can you repeat that? And several more people speak of, yeah, man, y'all from Detroit. We ain't having that up here. You ain't bringing that up here. We got it down here. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, you got it down. Look good, too. Talk to you later. Later, come back. And we take over. Let me tell anybody else want to tell us what we ain't going to do? Raise your hands if you do. You can follow this fool downstairs. But yeah, I done went to many different states that was always doing that. Even up in New York. And up in New York, they was stealing our stuff. That because somebody's running their mouth. And I told him, why you tell, man, just tell them, let me leave this box here. Don't go show her what's in there. What you think that? Because you is laying up in bed with her that she gonna not mess with your stuff? Oh, she gonna steal everything. Sure enough, she did. Stole everything. Come back. Well, just the right apartment. Well, what happened? She took it and gone. She packed as soon as you left. She got a U-Haul truck packed up and left with all your stuff, knowing that she gets millions out of that. But yeah, New York, Minnesota, Ohio, many parts in Ohio, many states.
Oklahoma.
City. Yeah, Oklahoma, that was which area. Matter of fact, I think he's still alive too, still pushing. But I ain't gonna speak on him, brother. He ain't never did nothing to me. I don't believe.
Jen Ramirez says hello.
Jen Ramirez.
Yep, Jen Ramirez.
Jen Ramirez.
Ramirez.
What he said. I just can't get it out. I ain't got too many teeth left with these at the bottom. So my words get kind of goggled up. But shout out back to you, Jen.
Somebody said, did you know a man named Bebe from Highland Park?
Baby. I knew a baby from Highland Park, Michigan. That was back in the 70s, late 70s. I knew quite a few baby. Even a female named Baby, which I was liking. But she never really paid too much attention because, like I said, people never paid too much attention because I never was a person that stand out there with other people. I just laid back in the cut and just watch. But yeah, I knew a lot of Baby. Remember, this other Baby was in the WCC DC with me. She was blacker than my suit, but she was gorgeous. But she was a dummy. She kept following this one guy around like he was the Lord of the world. He messed over her, slapped her a couple of times. I had to, step to him and say, man, why don't you keep your hands to yourself, man? Pretend that I'm her brother. Now slap her again. We're going to see how far you make it from here to that school or back to the college. He went and got a couple of his friends. They're going to like, man, we'll mess you up. Like, you do what? Okay, these people don't know that I don't play for fun, see. I don't play just so you can walk away from it. I play for keeps. So him and his boy grabbed me up, punched me several times. I was like, well, which one gonna stick me? Which one gonna kill me? Put a gun, do something. He looked at me like, man, you crazy. I said, what y'all do? Are y'all just gonna let me go? He said, they slapped me a couple more times. You ever speak to us again? I said, don't worry about it. I won't be speaking. So I went and told Johnny what happened. Johnny was like, what? You talking about Craig and them from down there? I said, yep. He said, okay. Let's set them up. Yo, Dave, go see what they do, when they do it, and how they do it. It may take us 2 or 3 days, or maybe a week or a month, but they got theirs coming. So, of course, we didn't have guns, not at that place. We had homemade weapons. We would take a fork, bend it over our fingers, pull up 2 of the fork part, and pow, 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 wow. Be punching holes all in them. They be like, hey, hey, what he got? Now you business. And that was just the first time I ever did that with the fork. I said, no, this ain't gonna work. We're gonna pull that fork back up and sharpen it so I can stick them and slice them. Johnny was like, what you gotta do, kill him? Yeah. Yeah. Come on, man, come on, Boone. You always want to do people to the end. We could just beat them up and stick them some, but taking them out, I said, that's the best way so they can't never come back. That's why I said when me and Johnny were going, I had to let them know that we need to carry things to the max. We give them a chance, 1, 2, they'll never hear that 3. And that's what that guy did. He got that 1 when I told him about putting his hand on the female. He got that 2 when he put his hand on me. He never heard that 3.
John said, "What's up, brother?" Also, how was the birthday?
Wait, how they know it's my birthday? Oh, that's right. I think I posted something. Yeah, I told him to. Nothing. It rained on it's slight drizzy on my birthday. Only thing I had to eat was rice and chicken that I made. I put the rice together and chicken, put my crushed red peppers, chop up jalapenos and throw them in there. Put 2 scoops of cheese in there, whipped all that stuff up, the rice, chicken, so forth, warm it back up in the microwave. And I still got a little bit left in my refrigerator. I gotta go get that. But many people wished me a happy birthday. I appreciate y'all. Most of my family didn't even remember, or they just didn't give a damn. But a few of my family members hit me up on Facebook wishing me a happy birthday. But the other majority of them, I guess they forgot. And I know of that Facebook put up there, it's Nate Kraft's birthday today, the 25th. But the people that I was hoping that would have hit me up didn't. And that really hurted me because I care for them more than I care for anybody else in my family. Many of my kids didn't even wish me happy birthday. My son, Nate Jr. did. Matter of fact, I even put up a thing about his birthday was coming on the 29th, which was yesterday. And he put some old pictures of him up. And I was like, boy, you got guns in that picture. He said, yeah, but that was 11, 12 years ago, Pop. I said, yeah, but you can't do that. You got to keep that yourself. Because, see, the government take those things to say, you had a gun. You shouldn't have had one. But, of course, my son, he could have one. He ain't have no felonies or no record on the carry law. You feel me? But I was like, my son do favor me a little. But I'm still the best. I mean, look at me. Damn, I'm good looking. I'll never pass a mirror without taking a second look. And I always got to kiss myself. I'm just that sweet. That's why I'm a diabetic, because I kissed on myself so much, I fall out and go to sleep. Too much sugar. But yeah, some of the people that I was wishing that would have wished me happy birthday didn't. Yeah, I'm mad at y'all, in case you want to know. Y'all know who y'all are. Can't believe it. I always wished everybody happy birthday. Even people I don't even know. They pop up on my Facebook saying, today is this person's birthday. You know, happy birthday. Have a beautiful day. And don't forget to turn up. You feel me?
Somebody asked, did y'all know anybody in Chicago that was from the gang?
We knew people in Chicago. That's where I did a couple hits at. And one of the hits I did was with, me and Jerm did it. We drove up to Chicago and we did that one. But the people that was with us didn't know that we was finna do, well, they had no knowledge of what we was finna do or why or anything else, because they didn't know nothing about us. We just went out partying. They know who, well, there's only one still alive. Sorry about your sister passing away. But this other one, she was beautiful people. Liked her, cared about her. But she didn't like me in that type of way. She just, put it on me because my sister knew her sister and so forth. And, it was a family thing. We was coming back. I mean, we was going to Chicago. They knew us when they was in Detroit. That's another little story too. But yes, I knew some people that was in the game up there. And when I'm saying my game, I mean the game of doing hits, all that gang member and this and that stuff. That was just me, with just people that sooner or later gonna wind up on my list or wind up hiring me to go do one of their friends so that they could take over their territory. That's all that gang stuff is about. Who got the most power? And trust me, people are greedy. They want even more power. Even though they got a lot, but they want that man power too. That's why I said I'll never be put out of work. Work may slow up, but I would never be put out of work. Next person could be your friend. You and your friend see you getting all this in. Guess what? They jealous. They are your private haters. So they're going to try to find a way to take you out and get what you got. Yes.
Mike GX.
Mike G.
Yep. How do you handle nightmares? Do they stop?
I don't have nightmares. I have flashbacks when I'm sitting here and then I see something and comes to mind. Like, oh yeah, I remember even when I'm driving, I see places I've been. I'll be like, man, right there is where I did homework. Right there as he was coming out that bar or coming out the lounge. Many lounges we got people coming out. Cause like I said, people don't pay attention to what they do, and they get a contract put on them. They'll see me or see one of my friends or somebody else that's doing hit. But you got a hit on you. People want that money.
They said no PTSD?
Nope. I mean, I did stuff in the Army. I did stuff out here. I did stuff in prison. I did stuff everywhere. But the people I did do it to, they was crooks. They was doing illegal. They was into this illegal life span. So I figured, well, to me, like I told the judge, no, I don't feel no regret. People I did was people that you just want to send to prison so they can work for you, work for the government and make money. My way, I just straight to the ground. Boom! Adios. Put them out their misery. I mean, if they get a chance to do me, that's what they'll do to me. But to have nightmares, no. Like I said, I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm cut to keep things within. Like my boy, he wasn't cut like that. And he had a brain aneurysm and he died. He had no way to get it out. Even though he was always one to tell people, he's coming. Me and Jerm used to sit there and just listen to him, or he would listen to Jerm tell his story. With me, well, they knew my story, so I ain't never had to speak on it. I just sit back and say, yeah, man, I remember when we did that one fool. We jumped out up on 8 Mile, ran down, we ran down the street and chased them down. As a matter of fact, me and somebody else did one up on 8 Mile. Charis. It was on the close by the Quinton. Which car just happened to see the guy. He said, hey man, ain't that which car over there? I don't know. Yeah, that's him. Somebody stopped the van. Me and which car got out, chased after him. I was light and fast, and I caught him. Grabbed him, put him in the Ford Nelson. Then my boy came over there and put the gun to his stomach and started pulling the trigger. Now, people understand what I'm saying. I'm holding this fool, and he's in the front of him pulling the trigger, trying to shoot him in the belly. Okay, but that bullet gonna go through him, and then who is gonna go into? I had to throw the boy down. Oh, Man, what you doing? He said, I'm trying to shoot, man, but the gun just won't. I said, I'm glad it didn't. You killing me too. You pulled that trigger and it went off. While me and him standing there arguing, the guy done jumped up and ran again. I'm like, man, skip that boy, man. I ain't about to go through this again. You, and then we got back in the car. Of course, he told everybody, man, we hit the guy, but Boone threw him down. So yeah, cause you better shoot me, you dumb nitwit. But he wasn't no dumb nitwit. He just didn't understand
Bullets
what
penetrate.
he was doing. That bullet go through people, and they go into other things. And I would have been the other thing behind that fool. So I would have wound up with several bullets in my chest and stomach. He was like, man, I wasn't trying to do anything to you. I said, yeah, but you didn't have the right to pull the trigger when I'm holding somebody. You have to wait till I throw him to the ground, then we both could do it. But you trying to do it while I'm holding him? He said, yeah, man, because you got him like that so I can hit him. You know? Not with no bullet, you ain't going to hit him. You going to hit me or whoever else. That's how the machine gun and Chuck wind up shooting at each other almost because they shooting into which car while he was standing by his car. Bullets going through him. Now I'm watching because I'm sitting in the van. I'm watching. I'm like, do those fools know that they hitting each other? They finally looked up and seen, and they ran back, and then which car ran back and popped him a couple more times just to make sure. Like, y'all wasting too many bullets, and not to mention y'all shoot into each other because he's in the middle. Stand at a corner like this and shoot. Don't stand across from each other and shoot. Talking about, well, he go that way, I'm gonna get him. He come this way, I'm gonna get him. And y'all getting each other. If y'all would have had them vests on, y'all would have been some adios people. But we all got back to Chuck House or Stacy. I think it was Chuck. We went down to the basement and we spoke on the situation. I said, man, y'all some fools. But it's you two fools doing it with each other, so I guess y'all understand it that y'all trying to be like me and John. But you two fools is, whew, y'all got to learn how to shoot at a different angle so you don't hit each other. Y'all got to do things a little bit. Now, I thought those two was like this. Later on, I found out they really wasn't. But now, they done made me a witness to what they did. And I was like, man, that's why I don't like going out on hits with y'all. Because y'all would take a person to go out there, and next thing you know, you done made several people witnesses because you ain't doing them, are you? That's why you don't go and do a hit with 5, 6 people or anything. It only take one person to do a hit. Unless you got 2 or 3 person there that you got to hit. Then you doing it because he taking one, you taking one, and y'all already set up how to do it. I take such and such out on this side, you take such and such out on this side, and we catch them in that crossfire. But you don't just take a bunch of people with you that ain't doing nothing that gonna be a witness against you. But trust me, if the time is right and people are wrong and they don't want to go to prison, do all that time, they gonna undercover snitch on you. They gonna tell somebody, hey man, tell such and get me off some of this time. Oh yeah, Big Meech did that. He had that rod to go tell when when they set up Cuffy. Cuffy didn't know what was going on. He just thought that, she was setting up a good deal for him. No, she was setting you up to get locked up. You and the person that was selling you the stuff. But of course, Big Meech ain't no snitch. Yeah, right. He's a coward, a snitch, and everything else in my book. 1990, he ran off from Detroit because he knew that he wound up on our list pushing that phony money, and he bought all them keys from. He bought them keys from somebody, and at the 2 individuals found out about it because Wichita told them that's phony money, man. They were like, what? I know that fool just didn't push no funny money off on us. He said he probably figured you gonna mix it up with the rest and you won't know who on who you got it from. But they remember. So when they told when they told somebody that, yeah, we got that from such. They said, what? So he calls them up. Hey man, you better bring my money back in, or you better bring me what you got. They talked for a little bit, they hung up. He sat there for about 15 minutes. He said, Diddy, man, if homeboy come through here, man, he bring them bricks back, or he bring that money, put him on the list. I was like, huh? What you say? He said, put him on the put him on there now, buddy. I'm putting meat on here now. But of course I only knew him as Demetrius. So I put him on there. Okay, yeah. This one I will be collecting this week. Even though I didn't, because we went and did that thing. But anyway, the word came out that he took off. He took off from Detroit. After he got through talking to Boone, he took off. He left Michigan. I was like, what he thinking, that he gonna run and that we ain't gonna find him? Fool, this is what we do. A lot of people ran off from Michigan, but we still found them. But anyway, yeah. You can't be around people like that because they'll find some way to give you up or to get time off their reign. They might, well, I didn't do it. That was that other person that did it. Yeah, but you know, but they got nothing to do with me. You got to do because you showed them the plug. You set them up with the plug, so the plug and cup get together and they get knocked. You get a Rule 35 or a downward departure from your sentence, which nobody ain't gonna know about. Well, some probably will find out about the Rule 35, but the downward departure, they would have to get your paperwork in order to find that out, because that's what I got, a downward departure. But see, I went to court to testify. Like I said, ain't nothing on my back saying girl. I ain't trying to put the girls down, but ain't nothing on my back saying that I'm flawed. Y'all killed my little brother, attempted to kill me. So that's why I gave you 6 people up. If y'all out there watching this too, I'm still alive. Anytime you want to smoke, that's on you. The person that was behind all that is gone, but that's on you. You want to smoke? Word to get around, because y'all don't know how to keep your mouth shut. Y'all would tell me, yeah, man, I'm gonna, okay. And then as soon as I hear it, you're gonna see a hobo somewhere laying down in your streets or somewhere, laying up in the alley or just on the sidewalk. That most likely it'll be me. But yeah. I just can't believe that boy did that. Why he run off of Michigan? If you a gangster, you a real one, you wouldn't have ran off of Michigan after you pulled that crap with that phony money.
You like breathing.
Yeah, but he's a gangster. What he doing even messing with that? I know he gonna say the money came from his boy. Okay, but you got it from your boy and you tried to push it off on us. And you think we just gonna just take it?
I'll try this next week.
Let me see.
You can play chat.
Got the chess game.
It's chess and checkers.
I don't like playing checkers. I like chess. You got to use your mind.
I just grabbed it because it was both. Maybe we can have you play chat next week or something. Set it up.
Ta-da! Chess and checkers. I like the chess. Backgammon is another game I like to play. I used to play that in the Unicor place where, like I was in prison working. We'd sit there and we'd be playing that all day while we getting paid until we see the foreman come and then we'll pretend that we sewing back or we stitching back or we pressing. I was I was a scratcher. Just pull the leather, put that big metal bar in my arm. It looked like a big old paddle. And scratch that leather out. And do that a couple times till the leather got long and scratched out. Then throw it up on a horse for the other guys to come get it and cut it, and then send it over to the sewers who would sew it up, and then go there to quality control. Don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell. Let's get them likes up. I want to try to get some. I want to try to get paid. I ain't making no money. I made $35 last month.
Beyond Blessed said they'll play you in chess.
We got to figure out a way to do that.
That's why I said, like, we set it up next week. So where I guess you could take polls in chat, or we just had a chat spam whichever mood they want. But that'd be crazy because it'll probably fill up with a bunch of, and you just have to pick one.
You might have somebody else cutting in talking about, will you like to? Wait a minute, that ain't the same. I got 4 or 5 years of me. Because you ain't gonna make it that long in the game anyway. I think I just go ahead and 4-step move. You do a 4-step on you and call it quits.
Okay, it started back. It was doing a little bit of lagging. We might have to set it up on a PC.
PC?
Yeah, because I could just use that. That way it can record, and then we'll just screencast it.
That one over there.
Yeah, and I could just stream it in one side and pull up the chess match, and they just have to log in and play. I just got to figure out.
But I do need y'all to do me a favor. I need y'all to like donate me something to my Cash App, because other than that, I won't be able to come back out next Sunday. I'm trying to figure a way to, hustle on the money, but the little $139 they paid me this time, that went straight up because of Trump gas prices and everybody going up $4 or something. I mean, crazy. Cheapest I seen was $3.79, I think.
I need to figure out how I can get you set up at your place too. That way.
Now, see, if you could set it up there at my place, then, like I could sit there at my place and just talk and record. That's the way I ain't got to drive all the way out here, because that's a nice little drive. That's why I had to buy these, to put that sugar in me, to keep me motivated and moving.
Somebody said, what do you think about how young Scooter died?
I'm sorry, but I don't even know anything about the situation on that. I don't really watch it too much.
Is that the rapper that was with his daughter and got shot?
I don't know. I don't watch things like that because that's just basically things that I be. Why these fools out here doing this? They shooting at each other. Whoever killed who, the other person going to prison.
No, they say he got killed after fleeing police in Atlanta.
Fleeing from the police in Atlanta? Well, you know that police ain't nothing but a gang all over the world. That's their game. And what their game is to take out people of color. They take you out either in death or put you in prison so that the government could keep making money off of you. And they figure, well, if we could lock up more people of color, we get that labor done cheap in there. If not, tell them, quit resisting. Boom. That's why they always tell you get out the car, so they can say that you was resisting. Then when they try to handcuff, they try to break your arm or your shoulder so you can make a move. Then when you make that move, boom! He was trying to go for my gun. They come up with all types of reasons to shoot you. But the main thing, they got to get you out the car.
No, he said this happened yesterday, but he said he ran from the cops and supposedly broke his leg and no shots were fired, but he bled out from his, I think, the femoral artery in his leg.
Yeah, you get the right. article in your leg, especially on the inside, man, you bleed out quick. That's why I said when I used to have to cut people, I know all the right arteries to hit.
I heard the same thing from somebody that was doing coronary.
Oh,
That and butchers.
yeah. You know where to cut to bleed something out quicker. They come back up the middle and give them that necktie.
Somebody said, was it a real cold back in the streets, or was it always been this way?
You got me on that. What you mean, real cold?
Like the code they used to say. Well, I think it was a little bit different.
Snitching before dying, that crap.
Yeah, and all the other stuff. Like that was some. I don't want to say rules.
People got their own little saying, but they only saying it because they don't want nobody doing that to them. But yet they'll turn around and do it to you. I kept my code that if you my friend until the end. I will never cross you. I'll never try to hurt you or any family members, and never bring your family into a situation to have them harmed. Because they harm my family, I'm coming. Ain't nothing in this world gonna stop me unless they can put two in my head to stop me from moving. Shooting me in the body ain't gonna do nothing but to make me mad.
I figured they did have a couple of rules, like no women, no children. You know, they left civilians alone unless people involved themselves in the lifestyle.
Well, see that should have been a well thing. No, you don't mess with no women or kids. The kids is, like our future. The women's gonna help bring that future about. Men's go out there, once again, you hunt, you go fetch, and you bring home. Me, I was married 4 times. None of my wives knew what I was into.
This I don't know what they talking about, but somebody said supposedly you robbed Trick, had Trick crime. What are they talking about?
I robbed somebody.
Yeah, it's a rapper. What's his name? His name Trick.
I don't know who that is.
He
And I ain't never robbed nobody that didn't have it coming. But I have robbed people, but I never robbed nobody that didn't have it coming. If a person got robbed by me, they had it coming. Or they showed sign of weakness. If you show me a sign that you ain't nothing but a pushover, I'm gonna push you over and take what you got. You won't be around to watch it afterwards because I ain't leaving no witnesses. If you got robbed by me, you already 6 feet under. You was carried by 6 and then they never had to worry about being judged by that 12. That's why I said I ain't like that. Go rob somebody and leave them alive.
that's a picture of him.
Yeah, okay, I see the picture of him, but I ain't never robbed him. People be robbing me. They be, hey man, can you come on my talk show and like you could get some more likes or people might turn. Nah, not if you ain't putting no money in my pocket. When I know if I go on your program, you gonna make money because people want to tune in to you to see what I'm talking about. Is it something different or not? I mean, Mogo State of Mind made a good deal of it. That other guy that robbed people for many, many years, I won't mention his name, but he know who he is. Even some of his friends from back then was hitting me up telling me, yeah, man, that was some cold stuff he did. I said, oh yeah, ain't no problem. He will never be able to get there. He said, man, that man cutting that part you did up, he putting a little bit on each one, or he'll take from somebody else, put you in there. He just keep mixing you up in there and making money. I said, yeah. Only way he can take these is because I got my LLC and my trademarks and everything going on now. I'm waiting for somebody to do it so they'll see me in court. But I prefer they see me in my court. let's not digress on that. But hey, everybody, appreciate y'all for tuning in, for watching, and make sure you hit that like, subscribe, hit that bell.
Somebody asked, what do you think about Pat and John, brother?
Pat and John.
Mm-hmm.
Who is John? I know some Pats. Who is Pat? I mean John.
They're not saying.
Come on, give me another hint or something so that I can speak on it. I knew a Pat. She tried to get me. She tried to get me the death penalty. She was trying to turn witness, but the stuff that she told the people already knew, and they said, "Well, we know that already. He already told us about he did this and he did that. Do you got anything that he didn't tell us so we could snatch back his deal?"
Wayne Perry.
They went on and gave her money and sent her to a different state, which didn't make too much difference because I knew what they was going through and what name they was going under before they even got there. But hey, like I said, I wasn't too much on doing anything, especially since I was going to sit in prison for the next 18 to 20 years, even though they wanted me to do the whole 30 years. But hey, yeah, they made the deal. Then they tried to go back up on it and say, well, you got to go to this, you got to do that. No, that wasn't part of the deal. The deal was like, after I served that time, y'all going to release me. The federal people did release me. But the state, they try to play me like they played White Boy Rick. They're just going to keep on denying me parole. So I ain't supposed to go through that. I got immunity from everything I told y'all, and I would not be charged for what I did because I was on parole. Which my parole officer, he was scared to death of me because you see what happened out at, what do you call it, the halfway house when the guys came over there and tried to gun me down. I'm sorry, but I had a hat, and then people knew I was, kicking that hat around. So I gave it to this guy that wanted the hat. He kept asking me for it. I didn't just go to him, man, wear this. No, hey, man, like, when you gonna let me get that hat off you? I spotted the move down the street, so I said, here you go, man. Here, go ahead, you have it. He put that hat on, stepped out that door. There you go. Looked down, whoa. I went down the street, got in my car and left because they didn't know that car down the street was mine because I didn't, like I said, I didn't run my mouth. I didn't let nobody really know that I wasn't going to catch no bus. I'm going down the other way, get in my car and drive to the freeway and head to the east side because they weren't supposed to. They shouldn't have put me on the west side anyway. But they did. And then they were talking about, hey, I think they was looking for Big Boy there. Like, ooh. Told y'all don't put me over here.
BJ asks you, have you ever got beat up in prison?
Who? BJ. I ain't gonna say what I was thinking. No, I never got beat up in prison. A lot of people probably wanted to try to come to me, but they know if they came to me, they was coming to a whole lot. Because in order to get to me, you got to get through my men just to make it over in where I was at. All depends on what prison I was at the time and where I was at. But yeah, there's a lot of ways. Now, if they truly want to get to me and send me word, okay, I'll meet you on the yard, home. I ain't never afraid to fight. Knife, gun, fist. But either way we fight, one of us got to go. It can't be no, well, I beat him up. No. One of the places I got beat up at was in the ring when I was boxing. And no, Butterbean did not beat me up. I beat that. That boy. They was hoping that I lose. The guy that ran the place, that's why he put Fat Boy in the ring with me. He was hoping that I didn't take it all the way to the max. But when I did, the news people come back to, hey man, this and that, blah blah blah. What you do? I said, the person that I really wanted to fight back then was Mr. T. Y'all told me he's the toughest man. Okay, put him up against me. Let's see how tough he is. But nah, I ain't never been beat up in prison. Never met any dummy that would like to try that route. They might have thought it, but they better have kept it to themselves. Because even when they tried to jump on my cousin in there, I had to let the beast out. And then they were like, oh man, we should have. Yeah, you messed up. Because you wouldn't like me if I'm upset and mad, because sometimes I just take it to the max. Especially when you're messing with my blood. And which car was my blood, first blood. I think I might stop by his house today. Hey, Raj, I'll be stopping by today. Hell, something cooked, dude.
Beyond Bless said, did you ever get the Golden Gloves?
No. I just fought in the tough man contest. I never fought like Maserati Rick was fighting and,
Professional boxing.
Professional boxing and so forth. But me, I just fought because I had all that tension and anger in me. And I just had to release it. That's why I told John, hey man, I've been going out in the tough man contest. I got a lot of tension and anger in me. I need to release it. And they said that I can't be charged if somebody died.
No, you signed no papers.
Yeah, we had to sign a paper saying that we're not responsible and this and that each one of us is doing it at our own dispense, our own risk. I said, cool. I know when they put that guard in the ring to fight me, the guard didn't know that I was from, prison and he was a guard because they came and told me. They said, that's a guard from prison. You didn't tell them who I was, did you? They said, no, we just, telling you so you could be, on the lookout. I said, it sounds like you trying to set the man up, but ain't no thing. Bell rang. Now, ain't nobody said that I got to sit there in that chair and get up slow. They rung that bell, I ran over to his corner. They had to pull me off of his, hey, move me. I ain't got to wait to get to the middle of the ring. He better get up and run his butt over here. So they broke it up for a second, then went back to my corner. He's in his corner, and I'm growling. And the guy's holding me from the shoulder and still trying to hold me back. I was like, yeah. Ooh, can't wait to get him again. The guy got out the ring and left. He said he ain't fighting that man. Something wrong with that man. But nothing wrong with me. I'm just taking all that anger and tension out on you. You the first one. But that ended quick. And the second one was quick too, but it wasn't as quick as the first one.
Somebody asked, 801 Boulevard asked, have you ever met Eddie Jackson Jr., the Fat Man's son?
Have I ever met him?
Yeah.
No. I have never met him. If we talking about the same Eddie Jackson. His daddy in prison?
I think so.
I ain't never met the son. I think I think Mogo State of Mind had said that he would try to get us to have a sit down and talk. Like,
yeah, I seen a couple of his videos. He got that catchphrase, real, true street crimes. He been talking about the stuff he was doing in the city.
Who?
Eddie Jackson. Didn't he
what
work
he
for
was
Meech?
doing, huh?
Didn't he work for Meech?
I don't know who he worked for, but I never heard of the boy. I heard of his daddy.
Demetrius Hollowell. I thought he was one of his mans.
Demetrius Hollowell? Okay, the other one that left too soon. The one that ran off. That's who I thought you was talking about. No.
He worked for Demetrius Hollowell, I think.
He came way in after we started getting knocked off, going to prison, and so forth.
Yeah, we ain't talking about
him.
him.
He came in, and we were selling weight to him, but he pulled that phony money crap and ran off. But no, Eddie, I ain't never met him. A lot of people be telling people, "Oh yeah, I know Boone. I met." No, you don't know me. You may have heard things, but you don't know me. If you knew me, you probably wouldn't want to, associate wrong with me. Because I'm that type of fellow that you don't really want to step on my toes. I know back then they was doing that thing. You step on a brother's toe, he'll shoot you. That wasn't none of me. I know some guys that did that though. They stepped on a brother's toe. If you watching, you know who I'm talking about. RR. You still my boy, man. I got all these stories that I haven't even told or spoke on yet about things that me and you used to do. Me and a whole lot of the brothers from Howard. One day I'm gonna speak on it, but I ain't gonna speak on it yet. So if you brothers don't want me to speak on it, just let me know, and I won't speak. But I will speak, but I just won't say your name. I just leave it blank.
Mandem said love from the UK.
UK again. Hey, appreciate y'all very much. Thank y'all. Oh, and we found a way for them to donate to that PayPal. Because at first the guy said he couldn't donate. So I hooked up that PayPal. So if people want to donate to me, you can hit my Cash App, my PayPal.
I thought it'd be in there, but it's in the bio. They just click your face, go to they send you to your page, and right there at the top, the more, I call it the bio. I don't know if it's still a bio, but they can click more and they'll see all your links and descriptions. And so if they want to go to
Do we have my Cash App in there?
They got Cash App,
my PayPal, my P.O. Box.
Not Twitter. Yeah, P.O. Box. They got Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
I'm talking about where to send me their donation.
But if they wanted to go,
I just wanted to make sure that they could be able to send me donation to my Cash App or my PayPal.
All that's in the I call it the bio, but all that's in the more. When they go to your page, they press more in that little description. It's all right there.
Yeah, hit up that Cash App for me. Give me some more change in so I can come out next week. If I don't get anything, well, I'm letting y'all know now. I won't be able to come out next week to go live. Maybe we could find some type of way for him to set it up at my place so I can go live from my place, other than driving way out here. This is a nice long drive. Left at 10 o'clock this morning and got here about 12, what was it, 11:50 something like that. Yeah. And people told me, you be on there begging. Well, you don't want me out there doing anything. Things I'm talking about, I had to take somebody out to make money. And I ain't trying to go back into that lifestyle. I figured if the people care about the brother and still want to hear me tell my life story or tell what I've been through and so forth, they would donate. I only got a few people that do donate every week. Matter of fact, Thomas, I do appreciate you. You donate every week. I know it. I know that it's not that much, but it means something to me that you donate. Appreciate you very much, and if you ever need anything, let me know, and I'll see what I could do and how I could do it.
Kia said, "Oh, she didn't know you had a PO box. She might send you something." Kia.
Is the PO box in there?
It should be in the
735 Huron Street.
Matter of fact, let me check right now.
Pontiac, Michigan. Oh yeah, somebody brought that up tomorrow. You don't live in Pontiac? You got that right, I don't. But that's where my P.O. box at. I go there and check it out every, now and then, probably every other day. I go and check it out to see do I got anything in there. But yeah, I'm not gonna get a post box in the same city I live in. I like to keep my stuff to myself. You feel me? I don't want nobody, know I live. There's only a couple people that do have my address. When I first started sending them hats off, they got my address to where I live. But I'm quite sure that them brothers I sent that out to, they've been cool. They haven't got back with me, but they'll hit me up and say, "Hey, what's up?"
The PO box ain't in the what's the name, but I added after this live. I thought I put it in, I didn't. So after this live in, I added in there with the rest of it.
Oh, okay. But then again, you're like, she must have seen it or something. She said, "I didn't know you had a PO box."
We just mentioned that. Somebody mentioned in the comments in last week. Because somebody was like, "Oh, you doxed him." I said, "No, he
But
told
you
me to
know
put that
that
in
you
there."
can even. Oh no, this is set up on that other
I'm
YouTube
gonna leave that alone.
that
It might not be.
is under that other name.
It might not be. Did we change it?
I don't know. But I appreciate
No, we
anything
changed it.
else, huh?
It's changed.
Change to what?
That's what we went through last week when you said it kept logging up. So I changed it and switched on this one.
So it's on the one that we on now, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So then you can put
So
it
we
in
got,
through that then.
yep. I'll do it right now. Oh, somebody said back in the day, did you have a lot of black women? Snow bunnies? White women? I don't know why they asked that.
I knew the first one I heard. I was in WCCDC. Met her up at the school because we go up there and play. Our, our, our instruments. And I was out in the hallway taking a smoke, and the bunny came out there, and I was like, she asked me because she hit my cigarette. I said, "Go ahead, you can have a whole one right there." She lit one up, and then we sat there and talked. And next thing I know, I had against the wall, getting my groove on.
Somebody asked, did you used to go to Rados or Rados?
Yeah, right. Oh, that's the lounge. Yeah, look at my PO box. But of course, the PO officer said that I can also use their address, which is 735 Huron Street, and my PO box is on that. But yeah, that's here or there. But yes, I can send me stuff to my post box if y'all want me to hold something up and show people your brand or whatever, or you want me to advertise something, drinks, coffee, food, or whatever. I'll be willing to sit it around by me and people can see it and see if they want to indulge in it. Like that level up water. The guy that I met, he said that he was gonna send some, but he have never sent it, and I don't think that he have got back in touch with me on that. That level up water. But if you is watching and you hear this and you want me to still pitch your water, hit me up. What they call that? DM?
Yeah.
DM me.
Somebody asked you, did you ever have kids?
Of course I got kids. If 4 by my first wife, 4 by my second wife, 4 by my third wife. Then I had girlfriend that, I had kids with. I have many kids. I think I only got 12 left. My kids been leaving this planet before me, which I'd be like, how the hell is all my kids leaving before me? And I'm still here and they passing away? No. That hurts more than anything. To have to watch my kids and then watch them go too. But yeah, I got kids. And just had a kid not too long ago. She's 14, beautiful daughter. I appreciate her mother for raising her and giving her the best life that she could have. And like I told her, if she ever need anything, I'm here for you. Take you shopping. If you need money, I can send it to you if I got it. Whatever you need, Dad is here. She about, Dad, why you so old, Dad? Who told you to ask me that? She said, no, that when you came up to the school, everybody was like, your father look like he could be your great grandpa. I was like, whoa. I looked that old because what, all this gray? Didn't know it. But yeah, I told her, hey, it's just that your mother was young and I was older. But hey, we was both adults. I was hoping to marry her even when I bought her a ring. Even I bought her anything that she wanted, you know. But the ring was $35,000 ring. And, I mean, I still hear friends out here that still cared for me. And they wouldn't help me get a ring. They said,
Delta Eagle, little turd, gonna
Delta.
say, yeah, gonna say I've been talking to the devil. He told me to tell you it's almost time.
They try to slip that in like he gonna come and do something. Bring 2 or 3 armies with you. I ain't fret by that. I don't get upset because people say things like that. I'll be like, okay, it's good to know. I'm always got my back. If nobody else does, I always got my own back. I'm always on alert. That's just me. It's just the way I'm cut. And I still associate alone. I like being alone. I can trust myself than to trust one of you that would be the first one sticking a knife in my back. Then I turn around. It wasn't me. Ain't nobody else back there. No, man, I'm cool with you. No, you ain't. You just cool with me as long as I can give you or do for you what you want. But as soon as I say, well, I can't help you, then you're ready to shove me all in the back. You're ready to set me up with someone.
Yes, what's the longest you've spent in a hole?
Well, in some prisons, you can't stay in a hole that long.
Like 6
But
days.
well, yeah, you can stay that long, but you can stay longer too. I spent a year or something in the hole.
That's too long.
Well, a whole lot of people would go crazy and wind up going up north to the nut. No, well, yeah, you can call it asylum to the nut prison. But them guys don't come out themselves just for 45 minutes a day or 45 minutes every other day.
Man.
Those are places that crap in a cup and pee in a cup. Dress a guard out when he walk back. Whew. That's all right. Guard to get you back when they come to wash down your cell because you don't come out with no shower. They tell you hang your sheets and stuff and everything and your clothes and everything is in the bar. They come out with they come around with the water hose, which is the fire extinguisher. Now they can turn that sucker on full blast and knock you all around that room. Yeah, throw crap on me. Knock your ears off with this sucker.
They
throw your
pull up with
eyeball
the
out.
water hose, the fire water.
The fire
man.
hose. That's the way they clean that cell. Your mat, everything come clean with that. Everything is
including you, your skin.
Oh yes, that was the whole purpose. You not coming out that cell.
I bet
you
won't
was a
sling
threat.
nothing else on nobody.
You was a threat to come out. And then when you came out your cell, they had you in a little cage, like like they put the dogs in separate cages and keep them separated. Well, that's what they do there. They'll separate you.
Wasif said you need to do a movie, and thanks for saying his name right. I'm just glad I said it right. Wasif Ali.
Oh, Wasif Ali. Anytime, my brother. Anytime you want me to say your name, I'll say your name.
Somebody said Boone got those big killer hands. The hands by itself tell you watch out.
These little bitty small things.
Man, no, look. I got normal hands. You got extra large hands. Yeah, it's like 35% bigger than everybody else's hands.
That's why when I slapped that guy 3 weeks ago, it looked like somebody put a whole thing on the side of his face. But only slapped him because he shoved me and told me, get your old butt out the way. And then he stepped up to me.
Now put your hand back up there. Now, I don't got small hands, but you can see your hand look like you got on hand gloves.
Yeah, they seen a lot. See all those scars on the back of them? See those knuckles protruding? That's from meeting people nose bone or jawline. But yeah.
Yeah, they always saying he look like John Coffey off Green Mile.
They used to stop me at the malls and stuff. I go in there, they talking about,
The Green Mile, Green Mile.
you the man from Green Mountain. I'm talking to you, sir. I said, no, I'm not. Sometimes they say, yeah, Roscoe. You haven't got to laugh. You talk deep, you big, I mean, like, who is this guy from the Green Mile? Because like I said, I don't never really watch TV. Unless I'm watching the news. But
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan. That's when I found out his name. I was like, so I had to go. My daughter brought it up on me on the computer. Thanks, June. Hey, I want to also give a shout out to like Denise Watley. Appreciate you helping me start this off. If it wasn't for you helping me start, I would have never even been doing this. Even though people talking about why you got a female. A female could do anything that a man could do when it comes to a podcast. She started me off, hooked it up, and I appreciate her. Thank you very much. June raised her right.
I think they start telling Khalil that too.
Tell Khalil what?
He looked like, what's his name?
What, John Coffey?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they start calling him Green Mile.
Matter of fact, they didn't call him Green Mile for a while because I see it on his Facebook. The Green Mile. I'll be like, well, I'm not the Green Mile. If I was, I would be here in this state, or should I say, in this country. But they told him he need to lose a little weight, and he wound up dying from that.
They said, hey, is that Tukey Williams on your poster?
No, that's me at a younger age.
It say Nate right there under the picture.
Yeah, it say Nate right there under the picture. It's me. That's me. That's me when I was younger. The way I looked at when people would see me for the last time in their life. But yeah. Still look the same. Just the hair's all gray now. And anything I wear, always got a bad habit of wearing hoodies.
Yeah, they was talking about that. So he got on a suit jacket with a hoodie on.
That's the way I wore it when I went to like Maserati funeral too. I hit my gray hoodie on at that time.
It's getting stuck on the hairs.
Yep, it's getting stuck on the nubs. But yeah, I always wear hoodies. I have hoodie. Basically, everything I own got hoodies. I like hoodies. So in case I had to get busy, then I'm getting busy. They can't see too much of the face, especially when I throw on not these glasses, but the other glasses that I carry in my truck. Them basically change the eye coloring. The only thing they see now is just this. You're like, well, it's a big guy with a beard.
Somebody said your hands been through war. They don't know the half of it.
Yeah, they really don't. My hand been through more than war, but they still work. I said, never underestimate an older person. We got this to be this age because we did what we did, and we must have did it well that we still here. That's why I say the young guys be want to step to me, talking about, get your whole butt out the way. And then when they find out who I am, then they want to, Unc, come on, Unc. They're like, oh, now I'm your uncle. At first, I was just some old geezer that was in your way. Don't push up on me, because you won't like it. You come to me and talk correctly, I'm going to talk back to you correctly, treat you like you family. Call you my nephew, call you my niece, call you whatever I wish to call you, but as long as I'm calling you correctly. But if I come at you wrong, hey, check me. Say, hey, man, come on, bro, you come at me wrong. then we can sit down and talk about the situation. But I treat people according to how they treat me. A whole lot of people done stop me at the stores and so forth and ask me, "Oh yeah, brother, I know who you is. You a legend, this and that." I said, whatever, dude, but I'm just a human being. I just like people to treat me like they want to be treated. You treat me like a scumbag, I'm gonna treat you like a scumbag with a little bit extra to it. But don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe, that share,
The bell.
and ring that bell, baby. Ring that bell. Be ringing my bell. Ringing my bell. Yeah, I know I can't sing. Talk about me like that. That big gorilla looking. That's what they used to call me too in prison. Man, here come that big old motherfucker, silverback. Because when she went around the table, I always put my fist onto the table and get around, because it was easier and quicker for me to put them on the table.
You was almost 500, wasn't you?
I was 487 pounds. That because I was laid up in that hospital and sat in there and ate and did all that, and they wouldn't let me lift weights no more. Matter of fact, I think I showed you the picture of me at 487 pounds with all that tan on, which is, the federal prison clothing. But they made me wear that when I went out on the bit. I'd be like, why I gotta wear the prison clothes? I got my own clothes. He said, no. We gotta know you different. We gotta know the prisoners from up on the visitors. I think it was at Minnesota, in Sandstone Prison, that I went out there the first time in my mink coat, my tan suit. But I was had my Rolex on, had my jewelry on, because hey, I was more relaxed. I wasn't worried about nobody doing nothing in that to me. But I went out on a visit with it, and they said, "Oh no. You take that coat off." So I gave it to one of the guys. Hey man, take that back to my bunk. Then he was like, "Where you get a suit from?" I said, "Y'all let it in, because if it's in, that means I'm able to have it." I done pulled that trick off on many places.
Somebody told me to ask you, did you see the interview with Hitman Lester about the Meats hit at the Broadway on Juice show? I don't think you saw that.
Well, I haven't saw that.
We have to look that up.
My editor said that he gonna look it up and show it to me, I guess. But Demetrius Holloway, Demetrius Flanagan, both of them was on the list at the time. That's why when one got hit, I thought it was the other one. I was like, yeah, he was gonna get it because of what he did. That's why I said when the other lawyer told him I claimed that I killed. No, I didn't claim I killed anyone. Well, I ain't gonna say that, but I didn't claim that I killed that boy. Show me where it states that I said that I pulled the trigger. How could I pull the trigger when I was locked up at the time of his death? I believe I was close to getting out, but I wasn't out. But I forgot that lawyer name that they spoke on that to me. But Nate knew that I knew he didn't do it because I knew the man that did it. That's on you. I'm glad you're talking about it. Now, he said, let the government bring you up on that. Said, okay, you saying you know who the guy was. Give us him. That'd be one murder, Shaw, that I ain't had to speak on.
Oh, somebody asked you, what happened to the that Cadillac the females brought you?
My second wife wrecked it. I went to prison. She ran into the back of a bus. And after that, my first wife and my second wife told my sister, he gonna kill us again. That was his very car. He gonna kill us. So my sister told him, don't say nothing. I'm gonna tell him that I did it. So my sister did. She told me, I got in an accident with your car. But then after a few minutes, he said, "No, I ain't gonna lie to you. Just can't lie to you. Uh, your girl did it, but they scared to tell it." I said, "For what? Everything that I left or gave them is theirs. I'm not coming back to that. I'm starting fresh when I get out. That means they won't be in my life. Anything that I owned or whatever back then won't be in my life. I'm starting new somewhere else." And I did when I got out. But she have always said that I was sorry for tearing up, but like by that Cadillac being so long, I couldn't hardly see. I'm like, well, that was on you. I left that there with you. Same way that I left both houses with y'all. First wife, second wife.
Somebody asked you, what's the most money you've made with best friends?
I wouldn't be able to even come up and say, because it all depends on what I was doing. And I really didn't tab money that way at that time. I started tabbing money my way when I was working for Popular. When I worked it, well, when I worked it for other people, even even when I worked it for the Italians, I don't never say how much I made or how much I was worth because it wasn't worth nothing. Money ain't worth nothing if you ain't able to really sit down and enjoy it. And I wasn't. I always had to move from one point to another point to keep people out of my business. But several people found out about me and they was like tagging me in on, okay, that's where he be. No, not really. I just happened to go there. You seen me there at that time, but you shouldn't have. That's supposed to be a secret because I don't like people to know who my family is or who my kids are, my wives, or none of that because I don't want them telling my, well, that we're going to do something to his people. Now, you do something to my people, there ain't nothing in this world that going to stop me.
100 Hats himself.
Huh?
They said Mr. 100 Hats himself. Is they counting everything like during your time with best friends and the army, or how did they get to 100?
100 what?
They said you got 100 bodies.
I got no 100 bodies.
I'm saying.
Somebody else had almost 100. They had, I think, from what the papers say, they had 80 bodies. Well, like I told, well, if you do, that's because from 2 points I went to prison, so I wasn't able to absorb those hits to get them taken care of. Other people picked up the list. We always had a list. People was always doing things to wind up on that list.
I think they was counting everything that y'all did because they usually when you read some of them old articles, they'll say like in 1 year they got 100. They did 100 murders in 1 year, but I'm like that's the whole group.
Yeah, but we done more than 100 murders with the whole group. Yeah, the whole group got more than 100.
I mean, this the ones they found out about.
Oh,
so
okay. Well, like I said, we wasn't out there trying to showboat it or tell people what we doing. Y'all, then like y'all become witness against us. Got to keep it to yourself. That's why I said, that's why I told Stacy and them, which I call, like the machine gun. I said, man, you can't be going out here doing this where everybody knows you taking people with you. Got to keep that on the down low. So you don't never have to worry about nobody coming to court. Well, I was with him when he did it. And you be like, oh, man, that's your problem. You doing things in front of people and then you done gave them hostage, which is you.
somebody asked you, any one time in your life, what would you say was the weirdest thing that happened?
What do they consider weird?
That's a good point.
Everything I ever did in my life, I did it because, hey, it was money involved. It could be because I did a hit and somebody was begging for their life. That was weird. Hey, you a gangster. Why you begging for your... When they snatched me, I didn't beg. I tried to make them kill me even quicker, but I mean, I talked about the boy. I said, you might well bring your mom in here to do this, because you a punk. And he still wouldn't do it. Then when he did get ready to do it, his boy told me, no, man, don't. That's what he trying to do. He trying to get us just to kill him quick. We're going to torture big fat boy. I said, oh, what's the matter? Are you jealous because that fatness down there? He had to hold his boy back. They backed up back towards, the stairwell to go down. That's when I really noticed. I said, you know something? I got to be one of the dumbest people in the world. I'm looking down, ain't nothing tying my feet together or down. I can stand up and this check gonna go whoop me. So what the hell? I stood up, turned, ran out, and jumped out the window. Boom! Hit the ground down there. I said, okay, well, come on down here and get me and drag me back in. Everybody gonna see you. Y'all gonna be wearing y'all shirt tied around your waist in prison. You ain't gonna live that long anyway, because my friend's gonna get you once you get in there. They ran out the back and got away. Of course, I know who they was. So, of course, yeah, I went for them, got them, and showed them what a real torch is about. I mean, hell, they even got to meet my tree shredder. Up close and real friendly like.
Somebody asked, did you have any businesses in Dayton, Ohio?
Yeah. Wait a minute, Dayton, Ohio?
Yeah.
I came because see, I had a lot of business up in Ohio. The first one I was on Jefferson. That's how I was able to get DTE and all that Comcast and all that hooked up, because I had to show that I lived there to be a resident of Ohio. And so I started craft collection agency. Craft lawn care. I started about 3 or 4 different companies up there. But every state I went to, I always cranked it up because I had to have my money to show, okay, well, no, I work for this. See that? The people pay me in a check. I go cash it and put cash in my pocket.
Tennessee asks, what was the first thing you did when you got out of prison the last time?
What are you talking about? This time that I just got out?
No, he talking about
2008.
Yeah, that was the last time. So it was like, what was the first thing you went and did?
What was the person?
No, the first thing you went and did.
The first thing I went and did was my sister gave me a cigarette. I ain't had one in like 8 years. She was smoking. She passed it over to me, and I hit it like a dummy. And I was hooked again. That's the first thing. And then I heard that music by Keisha Cole. Forgot the name of it. But that touched me. I said, oh, man, that's a beautiful song there. But then the first thing I ate, well, I got to admit, I was still used to doing cook-up. So I went to the store right across the street from my sister, went in there and bought the stuff I need, took it back, went to the room that I was staying at with my sister. And I kept telling her, I can't do this. I don't like staying with people. I don't like staying. But she had spent my money that I was sending her while I was in prison. I was sending her money to her to put it up. So when I get out, I can take that money, cop, and then flip it and make more. And then flip that and make even more and be back on top within like 6 months to a year. But she had blew it, so I had to go a different route. But I made the cook-up. That was my first day home. It was the chili cook-up. I did eat with the nacho. My nephew, I ain't gonna talk about him either. I don't like him that much now because he tried to get me locked back up. Spreading crap on me, telling people my business, which wasn't none of his, but he was around me at the time, so he seen what I was doing. I mean, those girls they wanted me to protect them. So they paid me. Yeah, I'm going to protect you. Okay, I'll take the money. Yeah. But I ain't your pimp. That was that one girl when it told the police, oh, he's our pimp. What? See, this came to me from one of the prosecutors. They told me that on the down low. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna say his name, but yeah, they told me that on the down low. So I was like, whoa. So I told Witch Car Nam about what she did. Then she tried to get this other person locked up by saying, yeah, we'll get Witch Car to turn state against people too. And she did. She turned state against her boyfriend. He got him locked up.
Mm.
I hear that she out now. I guess so. She told on everybody that she knew basically, and now she's back. But she came back to Detroit. I don't know if she lived in Detroit, but she came back, and I seen her on Facebook hanging out with her old so-called friend. I said I would never trust none of them now because they let this female come back that told on everybody and tried to set y'all up as well. But the government finally just said, no, we can't do this no more because the people you bringing, some of them you can't, like some of them like they couldn't use because of certain situations. So I was like, I understand all that. Then they pulled me in, told me, we like to question you about some things. Was you at the? I said, yeah, I'm always up there sitting in the parking lot. They told me, why you sitting in the parking lot? I'm free. I don't have to be in the cell. I'm free. I'm out sitting out in the parking lot just watching things, watching people. That's just me to see what they doing, how they doing it, and what they about. But they had pictures of that to show me. I said, yeah, that's me. Ain't nothing illegal about me sitting in my car, is it? Yeah, but is these girl pimps. You got them out there selling their bodies. I ain't got nobody selling nothing. Hook me up to a lie detector machine. I tell you, no. If they out there doing that, they doing it on their own. I ain't got nothing to do with it other than I won't let nobody mess with them because they are female. But yeah, but I couldn't wait to get my own place, which I did. I put it to use quickly. As soon as I got the money together, I went and got my own apartment. I was trying to get this house, but which kind of the first house I was trying to get, they were running around the house. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God. These people gonna jack this price up on me out of this world because, like you can't show too much interest that you interested because they're gonna jack the price up. And which they did. So I had to pull them all aside and tell them, I said, y'all need to quit doing this. This second or third house y'all did this to. Ran through it. Oh man, this is the S. I said, okay, but you ain't got to speak it in front of these people. Go out in the car, shut the door, and speak it to each other. When you speaking in front of this individual, they thinking of one thing. How much more do you think that I could squeeze them for? But that one house, I still drive by that house every now and then because I liked it that. And at that time, that was my baby mama would have been living there with me.
Yeah.
If I would have got it. But she was also one of the ones that were running through the other. Oh, this is good. Oh, I like this part. Oh my God. You'll never get nowhere if you gonna live it like that. And matter of fact, you can knock them off if you want. I shouldn't be eating it because right now my tummy boiling.
It's almost 3:00 too.
Oh, okay. Hit that like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell. And did you put that P.O. box in there?
I'm gonna do it after this because I couldn't get to the settings, so I'm just gonna go. If I can't,
you gonna go through that one?
Yeah, if I can't go through that one, I just crack open the laptop.
I thought it was in there because I accidentally hit on something last night and popped up because
I think that was
ordering from that one place, T-Mobile, because the stuff was cheap. I know you told me many times to quit doing it. I know, but this was cheap, and this is just for my up on my windshield to keep the sun out.
I just don't like
They only charged me $6 and something for. I was like, whoa, that is cheap. So I ordered that.
I just don't like. I don't like ordering nothing from China because it take at least 3 to 4 weeks to get here.
Well, they told me it should be here between the 5th and the 12th. So I'm going to go check my post box at that time and see is it here.
They've told me something similar. Oh, it should be there about the 3rd or the 7th, and then don't get here till the 21st.
But once again, hit that like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell. And if you care to donate, send it to my Cash App, to my PayPal. Those that can't bring them up, uh, what they say, a money order, and send it to my P.O. box. Because I'm trying to build me a war chest. Because I certainly want to run for president.
Somebody asked you, did you ever do any business with World?
No, I never did business with World. I know other people have, but no, I never did business with World. Not in prison and not out here. People I really fucked with was Frank, Pretty Tone, Chicago, El Dorado Red. I dealt with many people, but y'all probably wouldn't know them because they wasn't out there either trying to be well known or this and that. Some people knew Frank because he was, getting that point of being well known, but Frank helped me set up by giving me drug sales and drug connections. And he was always trying to school me on telling me, hey, you a young fella, do it this way. I listen. Sometimes I would and sometimes I wouldn't. I had my own way of life.
Blue Genie said you got a big head.
Thank you. A lot of people talk about, man, you got a small head for a big body. Don't make me no difference, big, small, or whatever. It's me. It's part of me. I can't be upset with either head. Hit that like. Y'all have a beautiful day. Nice trying to answer y'all question for you. If you got any other questions, send them in. I do answer my comments. I don't answer them until nighttime though when I'm laying up in my bed watching the news. Then I sit back and I try to answer all that I can. Appreciate y'all very much. Fans and haters. Love you. Ciao.